Yo, what is good, boys? In today's video, we got a UFC Fight Night recap. UFC Fight Night 272, Moicano versus Duncan took place this past weekend. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving a full main card breakdown or recap of each and every one of the fights. It was a really good fight night. Entertaining. It delivered more than I thought it was going to deliver, I'm going to be honest. A lot of good wins for some tough up-and-comers, which is always good. You know what I mean? Seeing the up and comers get some good wins gets you excited for the big matchups that come along with those wins. So, that being said, we're going to get into the first fight of the main card. Jose Delano beats Robert Rucala by a pretty good decision. This fight was good. Round one, Jose Delano comes out looking like a little bit of a crackhead. All right. He comes out looking a little bit scared, a little bit twitchy, kind of like a little Yuri Prohaska, kind of like a littler Yuri Prohaska. Kind of comes out bouncing around, which actually doesn't get to Robert Rucala that bad. He dealt with the good. He was landing body kicks, landed a few good head kicks, a few good leg kicks here and there. You know what I mean? But I will say, even in the first round, which was by far Jose Delano's worst round, he was piecing up Ruchala in the pocket. Did a good job of getting in and out, but that first round was a little bit tough for Delano. But he does make up for it in the second and third round, in which he comes out looking fresh, looking like he just morphed into another fighter in the corner between rounds. Came out looking super nervous, super scared, and a little bit jittery. And then round two comes out looking fresh, looking calm, looking like he got his nerves under control, and isn't doing all that bouncing around stuff anymore. Planting his feet on shots. And he would crack Ruchala from distance, and then Ruchala would go in for a clinch, and this guy Delano would just bomb knees up the middle into Ruchala's body, or he would spam like short hands, short punches in the clinch, short elbows, kept him at distance, was landing some big shots. That's pretty much it for round two. Round three comes around, kind of the same thing. They're exchanging pretty good, and then Robert Ruchala does something pretty stupid. Delano's got him against the cage. He's got his back. He's got his hands wrapped around his back. He's going for a takedown. And Robert Ruchala just kind of double hands the fucking fist, interlocks his fingers, gets a point taken away. So pretty much any chance that he had kind of got swept away in that third round from the fence grab. So it's unfortunate. I did pick Robert Ruchala to win, but I'm not really surprised that Delano won. I'm surprised Delano got his nerves under control like that. Like I said, looked like he morphed into another fighter midway through the fight, which if he wouldn't have, I think we'd be looking at a little bit of a different outcome. Good win by Delano. Robert Ruchala, he did all right. He got a little bit overwhelmed. And then, like I said, that fence grab kind of cooked him for sure. So, that being said, we're going to get on to the next fight. Good win from Delano overall. Excuse me. In the second fight of the main card, Tommy McMillan, first round TKO against Manola Zucchini. Dude, good TKO. I will say he's getting a lot of backlash on this for Instagram. We could probably go to Instagram. I was looking for one comment. I don't know where it went, but I think it said like something like, "Bro, just throwing shit at this point." Yeah. But he comes out looking a little bit crazy, fighting like a crackhead. I actually wrote that in my notes for this recap. I said fights like crackhead in round one. But can't take too much away from him because he does get it done by TKO in the first round. I think Buddy was just looking. He was just imagining that highlight reel in his head. He was getting antsy. All right, he's throwing with his head down, Just his head like completely looking at the floor. I'm talking like not like head down barely. I'm talking looking at the floor, just letting his hands fly. There's a few times I think it was a spinning elbow earlier on in the fight, maybe within the first couple minutes, where Zucchini throws a spinning elbow, and I'm talking, I don't know, 3 inches away from McMillan's face. He's just not covered up at all. Um, but yeah, it was entertaining. He's a bit of a cringe fest, but you know, people like his personality. I think we see him getting a good going on a good run, at least in the UFC. Definitely needs some technique work. But yeah, overall good win by McMillan. Round 1, TKO, finishes Zacchini. I did pick him to win by round 2 TKO, but yeah, ended it a little earlier than I predicted, so still got it right, but I did choose round 2. And on to the next. Ethan Ewing takes on Rafael Estevam. What a fucking performance by Ethan Ewing. This guy's a problem. This guy's a problem in the bantamweight division. All right. Some talk. Maybe an Topuria matchup. That could be good. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to go over in this fight besides the pure domination of Ethan Ewing. He stuffed, I think, every single one of Rafael Estevam's takedowns. His boxing looked amazing. Overall looked amazing, yeah. And he was doing this thing where he would jab. I think they mentioned it in the commentary. He would jab and then he would level change, or he would level change and then he would jab. So he always had Estevam kind of guessing. His cage work was absolutely phenomenal. He would back him up against the cage, cut him off, kind of just circle him and lurk. Kind of, what's that word I'm looking for? Kind of just lurking on him. You know what I mean? He's just lurking on him, dude. And then he would back him up against the cage, start going off with his hands, and then drops Estevam in the third round with a disgusting liver shot. Follows up with just the nasty right hand while Estevam's on the ground. Beautiful performance by Ewing. Yeah, I think round 3, Estevam looked a little bit better. He was getting into his groove. As soon as he gets into his groove, Ewing catches him with that liver shot and drops him. Hits a little ground and pound on the ground, and it's over. All right, Ethan Ewing, this guy's a freaking problem. All right, yeah, good win by Ethan Ewing. Excited to see him fight somebody else. Hopefully, it is that Topuria matchup. That would be fire. But I know there was talks of maybe a Bryce Mitchell Topuria matchup, which might be bigger. But either way, either one of those good. Either one of those matchups are good. So, but it would be nice to see Ethan Ewing, with his kind of boxing wrestling style, which is kind of sort of the same style as Topuria. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who gets it done there. I'd have to think about that a little bit more. Good win by Ethan Ewing. Round 3 TKO, which I did predict on the freaking spot. I said either late round 2 or early round 3, which was kind of early round 3, but I think he did drop him at the end of round 2. Or was it the end of round 1? I can't remember. But it was either at the end of round 1 or round 2. He got close to finishing him as well. But beautiful liver shot gets Ethan Ewing the win in round 3 by TKO. Moving on to the next. Abdul Rahman Yakiev submits Brinson Ribeiro in the first round. This was a weird fight. I was expecting a knockout from Yakiev, but after getting clipped a little bit, I think he got really lucky. I think he was probably a little bit excited that he caught that head kick from Ribeiro. After getting clipped a couple times on the feet by Ribeiro. Ribeiro goes for a head kick, gets taken down, gets his back taken, and Yakiev just kind of dominates him, kind of rolls around with him for a second, and then locks in the submission, gets it done in round 1. Not too much to say about that. Good fight, good performance. Good win from Yakiev. On to the next. Verna Jandaroba wins by decision against Tabitha Ritchie, just like I said. All right, boys. Verna Jandaroba gets done. And in pretty good fashion, I would say. She looked okay on the feet. But Tabitha Ritchie, I will say, I will give this to her. She looked fast on the feet with her hands. And did a pretty good job on the takedown defense. But as I predicted in the prediction fight, or in the prediction video, Verna Jandaroba just looked a little bit too physical. She looked a little bit too big, a little bit too strong for Tabitha Ritchie. And she gets it done by a pretty close decision win for Verna Jandaroba. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't focus. These comments are fucking insane. Gee wee wees. Oh, never mind. Different fighter. We got the we got the gifs going. Yeah, that's a whole man fighting girl. Okay, yeah. All right, gee wee wees. All right, dude. I'm him. I'm him. Like, you can't make this shit up, bro. But yeah, good decision win from Verna Jandaroba. Dominant win, pretty much. It wasn't too close. But Tabitha Ritchie did look good. I will give her that. She looked fast, she looked quick. But I don't think she was strong enough to handle Verna Jandaroba's physicality. On to the next in the main event. Oh, shit. On to the next in the main event. Bro. Renato Moicano beats Chris Duncan, like I said. And he beats him exactly how I said. I did say in the later rounds, okay, I did say round 3, 4, or 5. I said somewhere around there that he was going to get the submission off, but he gets it done early in round 2. And let me tell you, beautiful performance overall from Renato Moicano. He's peppering the jab the whole first round and the second round, and then ends up dropping Duncan in the second round. Duncan looked stiff, I'm not going to lie. He looked a little stiff, but he didn't look horrible. Okay, he did have some good shots every now and then. But Renato Moicano, he was checking kicks. He was absolutely... He was trying to take freaking Duncan's head off with that jab. That jab was beautiful by Moicano. He was checking every single one of Duncan's kicks, pretty much. Every single one of his leg kicks was getting checked by Moicano. Gets dropped. And what did I say? Charles Oliveira, finish. Gets dropped. Moicano sprawls on him, circles to the back, starts landing some mean ground and pound, and then locks in the rear naked choke, which... such a weird situation that this fight ended in. If you guys watched the fight, you could hear Duncan's corner yelling for some surprise elbow. I don't know what this surprise elbow that they were speaking of was, but that ultimately ended up losing Duncan the fight. So he goes for this surprise elbow with Moicano on his back, gets locked up in the rear naked choke. As I predicted. Well, I didn't predict the surprise elbow because I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what they were talking about. Surprise elbow. Duncan goes for the surprise elbow, gets choked out. So, but yeah, good performance by Moicano. And a hell of a post-fight interview from Moicano. People are saying Moicano versus Pimlet. Or Moicano versus Taforia. Nah. But Moicano versus Pimlet might be a good matchup. I don't know who gets it done there, but that could be a good matchup. But overall, good performance by Moicano. I went 3 for 3 on my picks. I said Ethan Ewing by TKO or decision. He gets it done by TKO. I said, what else did I say? I said McMillan by TKO or submission. He gets it done by TKO. And then I said Verna Jandaroba by decision or submission. She gets it done by submission. So 3 for 3 on the picks from the prediction video. So yeah, I would say it was a pretty overall good fight night. I went overall I went for the wins. I went 5 for 6. I got I got Robert Ruchala wrong, and then um, going based off the actual way of finish, I went 4 for 6. Got Yakiev wrong. I thought he was gonna go in there and get a KO, but gets it done by submission. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the predictions and the overall performance of the fight night. I think it gives us a little bit of room for some good matchups in the divisions. Ethan Ewing against somebody that against a ranked opponent next would be nice. Because this guy's flying through people. He's flying through some good fighters. So maybe see him against somebody ranked next, and then yeah, maybe a big matchup between Moicano and Pimlet would be nice. There's a little bit of beef there, so that might be nice. Vernon Janaroba, maybe a shot at the number one contender, or maybe the title shot again. I don't know what they're gonna do with her, but pretty dominant performance from her. Overall, good fight night. I give it a good 9 out of 10 for a fight night. I would say that was a pretty good fight night. Yeah, that being said, that's going to be all for the recap. We're going to be back this week with a predictions predictions video for UFC 327 Prohaska versus Alberg. This is an absolute banger of a card. I might even throw in the prelims. I might even do predictions for the prelims as well. Yeah, not too much to say. I'm gonna quit yapping. I'm gonna get off here and post this, and good fun night. Peace.